Hey, everybody. Welcome to the TexTenn podcast. Keith is here with me. We were just talking before we started recording, so I'm just going to keep going into the story that I was telling him. Our friend Jeff is headed to Arkansas
from
this
Rat Hole
weekend.
Drilling.
Jeff, thanks. Rat Hole Drilling. Headed to Arkansas for the A&M Arkansas series, and they're instead of flying, trying to get out of Corpus to Fayetteville, it's easier just to drive. And so he called me this morning and he said, what was that car that you rented when y'all drove to Omaha? And I said, it was an Audi A3. And I said, what did you get? What did they give you? And he said, it's an Audi, but it's some kind of SUV looking thing. And he said, it's a dog. And I don't know if he's going to keep it or not. He was threatening to take it back.
No, it's too big for the size of the engine that's in that thing, is what it is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I said, does it feel fast? And I said, if you touch that accelerator and that thing jumps out from under you, then you're going to be fine. And he said, it doesn't. It's a dog.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He may have taken it back.
Oh man, the Vols really need A&M to step it up and win the series. Like, just get the brooms out and just be done.
Has Tennessee played Arkansas yet?
I don't think we have.
You've got Kentucky this weekend, and I know who I'm going for.
Kentucky? Say it correctly, or don't say it at all.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Yeah, you're going for Tennessee.
Tyler Bell.
No. You can cheer for an individual and still not cheer for the school. It's possible.
No, I'm going for Kentucky.
I mean, I cheered for Justin to have a good game against Tennessee, but then ultimately, obviously, wanted Tennessee to win. So you can do the same. It's fine.
Yeah, but no, I'm going to go for Kentucky.
All right. Well, you're going to get embarrassed because Kentucky is not very good. So, we'll revisit this next week after Kentucky gets swept.
That's fine.
Because it's in Knoxville, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we won 2 out of 3 from good old Ole Miss over the weekend, so that was good. That was a good weekend. But all right, so what's going on? How's life? How are things?
Great. Had my 30 high school reunion this last weekend.
You're old. I'm glad I'm not that old. Jeez.
I have to say, my classmates look great. I didn't think any of us looked old.
My classmates, I go back into, obviously my class is a long way from here, but I am friends with a lot of them on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't think I look that old. These people look like they're 50, not in their mid 40s. So, and obviously I don't think I look probably quite as old as I am. At least everybody tells me I don't. Maybe they're lying to me. But yeah, I mean, some of these people look like they're early to mid 50s. I'm like, damn, what are we doing here? What are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
So South Texas humidity is nice to everybody's skin, makes them look young. Is that what it is?
I guess. Maybe so.
Yeah.
It's one of my least favorite things about living down here, but maybe.
Sure. Well, I mean, not only do you live down here, you still live in the same community that you grew up in. So
True.
Deanna does too. She does it well. I don't think I could live in Oak Ridge. That would be too much because Oak Ridge is really small. Well, I mean, it's kind of like.
Where did Deanna go to high school?
Flower Bluff.
Flower Bluff?
Mm-hmm. Flower Bluff. She moved here. She started going to Flower Bluff when she was in first grade, I think. So she went all the way
What year did she graduate?
07, I think.
07. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah, 07. She graduated a year early. Showing off, smarter than everybody else. Showing off, graduated a year early. Whatever.
Fitting.
I mean, whatever. So it takes some of us 4 years to go through high school. La-ti-da, my bad.
I thought that's what you were supposed to do.
I mean, I thought that's what I was supposed to do too. I didn't know I was in a competition, but once I found out that she had done it, I was like, well, dang, I lost, and I didn't even know I was in a competition. That's the worst competition to lose, is you didn't even know you were competing. Now, granted, I'm 9 years older than her, so she was she was in elementary school when I was graduating high school, but dang, I lost. It's unfortunate. How was the reunion?
It was fun. I was kind of disappointed in, and I get it. Not everybody's going to come.
Sure.
And it's going to get smaller every time you do it. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in some that didn't come, that, live here.
Yeah, they're in the area. Yeah.
Didn't come. And I don't know why. I don't know.
I mean, to be
But
fair, even when I lived in Tennessee, I wasn't going to my high school reunions.
okay.
And I don't know why. Like, it's not like I have anything against anybody that I went to high school with. Like, I never had any enemies, never had anybody that just I didn't like. I I don't know, just had no desire to go do it. Like, if we weren't still in touch, maybe why do I want to talk to you now? I don't know. I think if I was still there now, I think I'm old enough now, got the kids and things have slowed down a little bit from when they were first born when we were there. I'd probably go now, but I don't know that I want to go 1,800 miles or whatever it is back to Knoxville.
Well, we had an award. We had an award for the girl that for whoever traveled the furthest, and a girl flew in from Rochester, New York.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty
There you
hands
go.
down. She won.
Yeah, no joke.
Valerie, the class president, figured out that my friend Brad and I, 30 years ago, actually, I guess 31 years ago, because we made this plan when we were juniors, that basically we installed her as the president so that we would not, Brad and I would not be in charge of putting this thing on. For our
smart.
sophomore and junior year, Brad and I switched president, vice president, and then I just stepped away so it wouldn't be us in charge of it. And
we would
so
call
Valerie
that
did a fantastic job. Of course she did.
Yeah, see, we would call that like taking care of future Clay.
When she figured out that it was funny. We were standing there talking, and all of a sudden the light
She's like, "Hang on a second, hold up, 1 minute.
Y'all did this to me."
Yes, we did. So I mean, past Clay was taking care of future Clay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah, like
I wanted to be able to have these class reunions, so I knew that I didn't need to be in charge of them if I wanted them to go
if it's
forward.
Gonna happen. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
No.
I think Adrian Hill was our class president our senior year, but he is not the one who puts these things on when they do it. I don't know who's typically because I hear about him every once in a while, but it's not. I don't think Adrian is the one that's doing it. A couple of the girls, I think, are the ones who ultimately do it.
Surely.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I would never want to have to be responsible for something like that, whether it was class or I just don't want to put on an event. Like, my wife is fantastic at it.
I'm sure,
like in a business setting, in just a leisure setting, pleasure setting, she's fantastic at it. I'm like, oh God, like I don't have to worry about getting food and how many people are going to show up, and yeah, so I appreciate people who do that. So
I do too.
Yeah, Valeria was her name.
Yeah.
Well done, Valerie. People like Clay and I appreciate you because we would just not do it.
The other thing that I learned from this is people are listening to this. People are listening to this podcast. There was a lot of people talking about, hey, we listen to your podcast. Why are you doing a podcast? This one girl, this one friend of mine, that I knew this was going to be an argument. I was standing across the room, and all of a sudden I hear her yelling my name, Clay, 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 get over here. And I turn around and look, and I sheepishly walk over, and she says, did you have a podcast? I looked at her, I said, nope.
Sure don't.
And you walked off. But everybody that was sitting at her table, when I don't know if they were talking about it.
Sure.
Just what our biggest fan is a great friend of mine named Gina Mick, Gina French now, but I think she self-proclaimed she's our biggest fan.
There you go. I mean, you gotta have one. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, even if you just have one fan, they're technically the biggest one. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's very interesting. So were they more surprised that you had the capabilities of having a podcast or that you had a podcast?
I think that that I'm part of this thing. I think it's more why.
Right.
Why are you doing this? That was what my brother sent the first time the first one of these that we did. The response that I had from my brother while he was listening to it is, why are you doing this?
Right.
I was like, okay, fine. Don't listen. But then he came back and said, it was okay.
It wasn't bad. That's funny.
And then the next week he asked Sarah Kate, why is Uncle Clay on some dude's podcast? And Sarah Kate said, well, it's not
some dude's podcast.
Some dudes, it's theirs.
Why is Uncle Clay hijacking this guy's podcast? Like, why is he hijacking this guy from Tennessee's podcast? That's weird. That's hysterical. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had somebody text me this morning that they were listening to it, and I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
that's
what do you mean? I was like,
are you listening to this?
I cannot listen. I just can't. I can't listen to myself on anything like this. Like, who knows what I say on these podcasts? I don't have a clue. I'm never going to go back and watch them. I'm never going to go back and listen to them ever. Never. I do not want to look at myself because who knows? I do weird things with my hands. Like I sit here and play with this stupid thing all the time. Who knows what I say? Like, no, like that's awkward, man. But you listen to them, don't you? Or you watch them?
I do, yeah.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. Who knows what I'm going to say? So yeah, no thanks. I'll pass. But it is shocking to me that people are actually listening. Like we were at the baseball field, not this week, last week. And one of the other coaches said, "Hey man, good podcast today." And I was like, and then I realized, oh, he's talking to me. Like I have a podcast. That's weird. Oh no, he is. He's talking to me. I was like, wait, you watch it? He goes, yeah, I watch them all. He's like, it's hysterical. Good job. I'm like, that's awkward.
It's crazy.
See, I think it's awkward.
Thank you.
Thank
when
you.
Somebody says, yeah, but when somebody says out of the blue, hey, I watched your podcast. It's like, cool. Why?
See, right? Yeah. Why? Why? But for me,
thank you.
Yeah. I don't want to ever be the center of attention. So like this is very much putting myself out there and being the center of the attention.
Yeah.
And I do not like that. When people say it, my initial reaction is, oh, that's awkward. Like, oh my God, that's awkward. It's just weird.
I'm more nervous sitting here talking to you thinking about this than like the other day at the reunion. I got nominated to be the MC basically.
Sure.
And, okay, give me a mic. I don't care. And it doesn't matter the crowd size. I don't care. I'm very comfortable doing that kind of thing.
Really,
I'm less comfortable doing this.
That's really interesting because you are very nervous doing this because like you want me to MC, like there's nobody else here to do it. Like, I mean, I'll do it if no one else will do it, but I don't want don't give me the mic. Like, I'm the exact opposite. Like this to me, like there's no stress because again, I know I'm not going to watch this ever. So who cares what I look like? If you choose to watch it, that's up to you. Like I didn't force you to. But yeah, like that's really interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. I just like getting up here and talking, and you get all nervous and act all weird. Start talking without even doing an intro. Like you just never know what Clay's gonna do.
I mean, the people who are gonna watch this already know what it's called.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Golly, it's just polite.
For some reason, they just want to listen to what the heck you and I want to say to each other.
God, speaking of what we want to say to each other, what's up with the no contacts? Couldn't get him in this morning.
Gosh.
Two little pieces of like plastic or whatever they are can't get in your eyes.
It hasn't got better. I woke the other night when I was taking them out. I could not find my right one, and all day it kind of been bothering me. It'd been like fuzzy. I was like,
so it's up there.
I mean, I guess this makes sense. I lost it somewhere today. I haven't had it in all day. That's why I couldn't see out of my right eye. So I just quit looking for it. Got the left one out. Went to bed.
It's like
woke up in the middle of the night and I went, something feels way up here. Something feels weird. And so I just went back to sleep and that morning I walked into the bathroom and pulled my eyelid way down and the stupid thing just comes flopping out.
That's funny.
It's like, oh, okay. That's where you were.
Found it.
Then this morning I put them in the right one. It was kind of the same thing. It felt weird. Forget it. I've got an appointment with that optometrist in the morning. I think I'm either going to decide to do it or not do it, but something's got to change. It's not fun.
Old people, man, cannot adapt. You are not old enough to be this old.
No, I know.
Like, But you're
It's
choosing.
not that
So you know
it's
what?
not that I don't want to do it, but it's a fight with those
hang on,
things.
hang on, hang on. Does Jamie listen to this?
Yeah.
Okay. Jamie, you are 100% correct. Everybody in Clay's life has enabled him to become an old person, is what it is. We've all enabled him to get old and to be, crotchety and grouchy. And when things don't work, he
I'm
stomps
not.
around, like
Look at the
does his arms
smile
like
on my
this.
face.
I mean, yeah, well, again, for the fans, I mean, you gotta hide it all. I get it, right? I mean, the popularity, like you gotta keep the outward facing persona. But like you are not old enough to be this old. Okay. I'm not gonna do this on the podcast, but I'm gonna give you some tips on how we're gonna fix this thing because you're not gonna give up on contacts. Like glasses, when you start sweating, it's just you can't keep them on your
They're
face,
pain.
and it's a pain in the
They're
butt. So yeah,
friggin' pain. I agree.
it's unreal. But it's unacceptable for you to act this old. So I'm rejecting that, and we're going to make you be young. I mean, goodness, you use a Mac for goodness.
Great.
Like again, the most shocking thing to Deanna was that I was helping you set up a Mac. She's like, Clay uses a Mac. What? She's like, there's no way. I was like, I know. Like, and he has 2 old ones sitting in his office, so he's been using them for a long time. Who knew? I would have never have guessed. The very first time I came out there, I was like,
I mean, why not? I've got a my phone. I've got a my pad.
A my
Same
phone.
thing. Why don't you use an Apple computer too?
I look. I agree. I resisted it for the longest time. You were using it before me, which is again just shocking. But yeah, no, it's still shocking that you use a Mac. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So anyway, so what are your plans for summer? What kind of trips are you taking? What's going on?
It's hard for me to take summer trips, assuming we get busy the way it's supposed to.
Yeah,
the way we're supposed to around here. I easily can travel in the winter, but summer's hard. Summer's hard to travel.
We're doing the family reunion in Orlando in June, taking the kids down there. After the family reunion's over, we're going to go to Universal, which we haven't done before. And apparently they have some new like multi-billion-dollar park that's opened up. So that's going to be a nightmare. Looking forward to that. Like,
cool.
But it's fun. Like, again, traveling with kids when they're this age and they can carry their own stuff and everything. Like, it's
not hard.
Game changer. Like when you're not lugging all their crap, especially like, strollers and all that jazz, like life changing. So it's great. So looking forward to that. Hoping to do some fishing while we get down there. Go snook fishing. Take Graham.
Have you been recently
to Orlando?
No, fishing.
I have not. I don't fish at all anymore. Like I have no idea why.
Still have the boat?
Yeah, it's sitting right there. I mean, I can throw this thing I play with. I can throw it and hit the boat.
I was gonna say.
It's there.
Okay.
Graham has.
So you're not talking about fishing here. You're talking about fishing when you go on vacation.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, but so I accidentally stumbled on a guide back in 2000, like 2008. Down in he's actually like Clearwater, Tampa area. His name is Captain J Plastic. I was told by somebody to look up Captain J when I got down there. So I Googled Captain J, and this is the guy that came up. So I booked a trip with him. Went out fishing. The first day caught like I don't know. It was like 70 something snook and redfish is what I caught.
Oh,
so much
wow.
so that I had
What a fun day.
I had bruises all over right here from setting the hook so hard.
Yeah, sure.
In about 3/4 of the way through the trip, I was talking about how I found him, and we realized that he was not the Captain J I was supposed to hook up with. So we were staying in Orlando. So you have to Orlando is like right in the middle from Atlantic versus the Gulf. He's on the Gulf side. The Captain J I was supposed to go with was actually on the Atlantic side, apparently. And I just stumbled into this guy, but we caught so many fish that 2 days later came back from Orlando to go back to Clearwater again, because I mean, it was just unreal. So, you can catch snook here, but it's not super popular, right?
That's a recent thing.
It is. It is. Like apparently they were here years and years and years ago.
But
Yeah.
40 years ago they weren't,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have suddenly kind of come back a little bit.
Well, it's all for them. Like they die very easily with cold temperatures. So I think it goes with the
Oh, really?
cycle of the water temperature in the wintertime.
Okay.
But you can catch them over there, and those are a hard fighting fish. They're very fun. They get
I've
very
heard that. I've
big.
never caught one. I've heard that though.
Yeah, and I mean, and this guy is just so freaking good. You are never
Mhm.
not catching lots of fish. And it might just be trout, which obviously I can do here. But
Mhm.
I want to give Graham a chance to actively target
Catch
and
that
catch a
many.
snook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
So that's the game plan. So I'd say it'll be me, Graham, Dad, my brother Alex. We'll all go out and have a blast. Last time we went to Orlando when we did our Disney trip, we went. That Graham was still kind of young to take out for a full day. If it didn't go well, he'd have been complaining the entire time. So this time he's completely content to go sit on a boat, even if he's not catching something, and just talk and have a good time. So makes it more fun. But yeah, heading to Clearwater. Captain J Plastic, look him up.
When are
He's
y'all going?
awesome. Last part of June.
Okay.
So, but yeah, if you ever end up anywhere near Clearwater, you got to look this guy up because again, they have big tarpon runs too. So I've never been down there during the tarpon run, but yeah, being able to catch those big tarpon that go through Tampa Bay, it would just be unreal.
I've never done it. I'm sure.
Have you ever caught tarpon ever? So Deanna and I had to go for work one time when we were managing the car dealerships. We had to go to Puerto Rico, and you can catch tarpon there pretty much year round.
Okay.
Hooked up with a guy there. This guide was not friendly. He was very much a just get in the boat, do what I say, catch the fish, get off the boat.
That's a typical guide. That's what guides do.
Right, which is why Captain J is so amazing. Like Captain,
Sure.
I've gone to his
it.
house. Like we have taken
Mhm.
fish that we've caught, cleaned them, follow him to his house. He cooks them. We hang out all night long. We've gone to
Okay.
restaurants. Like
That's
afterwards.
not typical.
We've gone to restaurants during the middle of a charter one time with Deanna and I because there was one on the water. We just went and got lunch and ate. He's so much fun. He's a blast. But yeah, typical guide. It was not a great experience from the guide side of it, but there was tons of tarpon. Deanna kicked my butt. God, she probably caught 3 or 4 times as many fish I did. It was just
Really?
like, this is embarrassing at some point. Like,
Hmm.
they're kind of hard to land because they have the really hard mouth and they're kind of hard to set the hook on and get it to stay in. But dear God, it was embarrassing at some point. It's just like, okay, quit showing. Again, like, you graduate in 3 years. Congratulations. You can catch more tarpon. Congratulations.
Catch more tarpon.
Like, I'm going to put you in the boat. You go find some fish on your own. Like, I'll prove that I'm better at something. And then she'd probably go find more fish than I do.
Probably
Would be
do
my
it.
luck.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that it was like catching tarpon though. Some of those big tarpon, they're fun, man. Like they are a lot of fun. Captain J down there, he'll do trips where like you can wade for him on the beach because they'll just like sit like right there at both snook and tarpon. You can go from the beach and just catch them. Like freaking fantastic, man. Fantastic. Speaking of, we both need to go fishing. Like things that we like to do but never do. That would be one.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went?
Last summer.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. It's been way too long, especially since I have a boat that sits right there. I do have a really fancy trolling motor on it now, though. Like the GPS one. It'll like
really?
You can tell it where you want it to go. You can tell it like, hey, like even if it's blowing 30 miles an hour, you can say, hey, just keep me right here. And it just does whatever it has to do to keep you right there.
And it will?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And you can use the little remote to control it instead of foot pedal. And so Graham thinks he's an expert at it. Graham's used it more times than I have. So yeah, he'll just motor us around all the canals trying to catch some fish. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But again, put that bad boy on there. It's been used like 4 times. So probably should go use that thing a little bit more.
You might want to run that boat motor.
Yeah, you might. I mean, the good thing is it's not sitting above the water or in the water, so that makes it feel a little bit better. But yeah, we need to do some maintenance on the boat motor for sure. That's one of those things you don't use it, they die.
Take me fishing.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Well, I mean, the good news is again, if we just go in the canals, you can at least get home with the trolling motor, right?
Sure.
That's the good
Sure.
news. But yeah, we definitely need to do some fishing. But it gets so hot. Graham wants to go before school because we used to go before school. So he's asked for at least to go before school on his birthday. So we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Might as well, right? You live right on the water. You might as well go fishing before school sometimes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see.
What about Graham and the sticker cartel, the story from last week?
Yeah, got shut
Anything
down.
because of that?
He has been actively talking about other ideas that he can do. It's interesting. So Annabelle's friends sent her a text in this group text with all of her, so she's got a phone, but it can only work on Wi-Fi, right? So it's basically like an iPad, just really small. So when she's at home, she can get text messages from the people that we allow her to talk to. One of those groups is her soccer team, right? All the girls on her soccer team are in a text group chat message. So two of them decided to make slime and sell it to their friends. So they were actually taking like pre-orders of slime in this group chat message. And I was like, man, that's a great idea. And Graham was like, I should do something like that. It's like, we're not making slime because like that stuff's not allowed in my house because it gets all over everything. It creates a problem. But no, he's actively trying to figure out what he's going to sell and then who and how he's going to sell it. Because again, it's not like he has a cell phone and he can just text all of his buddies all the time because they can only also use it on the weekends. So they don't get to access their phones very much. But he's looking for it. I still haven't sent anything over to the principal yet, but I need to follow through on that and get that over to them and let them know that we missed an opportunity. If nothing else, we missed an opportunity for learning.
Yeah, that's right. I still think that somebody didn't figure out what exactly that was. What was really, because it wasn't that big a deal. Yeah.
No, I agree. But yeah, pretty soon, Graham's gonna be old enough. I'm gonna send him to out to work with Uncle Clay out in Robstown and just put him to work.
Use him.
I mean, he'd be a great salesperson because he loves to talk.
Okay, it's part of it.
And I mean, he's really good at learning stats and stuff like that. So just give him a stat sheet. Let him go to town on selling some mowers and some tractors. Put him to work.
Could do that.
Yeah. All right, what else you got?
I'm still the best uncle.
Still number one, reigning 4 weeks in a row or 6 weeks in a row or something like that.
But yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
So how often do you talk to your nieces?
A lot.
Really?
Text messages throughout the week,
sure.
and phone calls once every couple weeks.
Interesting.
Stay in pretty good communication with them. They're fun.
I would think that they are of the age that they don't do phone calls, so they must really like you.
Well, you send a text that doesn't get answered for a couple of days occasionally, it's like, did you just see the text or just remember the text? I don't know, but I criticize them for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that.
Really good at it, but every once in a while, one will go for a couple of days and then they'll finally give you the answer.
So, I mean, so they watch the podcast. So my question to you girls is are you actually reading it and you forgot about it, or do you actually leave it unread? And
leave it unread,
like
knowing he's waiting,
knowing that he's waiting, and like just torturing him,
right?
Because I have to, like, on my cell phone, like right now, I can look at my computer. I have 5 text messages waiting. I have to clear those off because I cannot have them sitting there, and then I have to respond right then, otherwise I will forget. So yeah, I wonder, like, are they just ignoring you, or did they forget about you? Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
As the world's best uncle, I think you deserve to know the answers to this.
Yes, right.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so so you're not gonna do anything fun at all? Like, you got nothing planned, nothing going on?
I don't have anything planned. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do something, but I don't have anything planned for the summer.
What's so baseball is over in, what is it, June that it finally ends, or for college?
Yeah.
June
For college.
So we need to get you and old Jeffrey to the island and do some fishing after that. Then,
okay.
After the motors been gone through though.
Yes,
Don't-
please run that boat before we go.
Don't want to go all the way
There's
south and get
nothing
stuck.
worse.
It's
I know.
terrible.
Gosh, there's
Terrible.
nothing worse.
Yeah.
Great. This thing's busted.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the good news is anywhere we go, you can get and just walk, but still unfortunate, right? Unfortunate. That is a good thing about here, as opposed to in East Tennessee. You're just going down a river that is a lake, but it's just a river that's been dammed up, and you get back in a cove somewhere and it dies, and you're like, oh, I got to paddle. This is gonna be a long paddle, man. A very, very long paddle. Oh, jeez. All right. That's all I got, man.
Okay.
Let's do it again next week, and everybody.
See you next time.
Everybody who listened, appreciate it.
Thank you.
To our number 1, number 2 fans, all the fans, appreciate it. I'm not gonna watch it, but I'm glad you do. All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, everybody.